All right, what up, everybody? This is Jeremy with Escape Velocity Trading coming at you for another market bias update report for Sunday, October 13th, into the fourth quarter now of the trading year. Reviewing last week's performance, I had 11 wins and 5 losses for the week. Out of futures trades, I had $785 gain. Out of my trading tab here for options and stocks, I locked in 2 trades for a total of just shy of 700 as well, bringing the week's total to $1,449 gain. So going out to look at the charts, let's dive right in. Looking at the futures market, S&P 500 just opened. It is trying to confirm the breakout that we had on Thursday and Friday. To me, you got to be bullish. Looks good. RSI is kind of in the middle of the bullish range. Our MACD is curled up and crossing higher, signaling bullish prices potentially to come. So you got to be bullish on the S&P 500. Similar story out on the Nasdaq. It is consolidating right underneath a little range, high base here that has been put in over the last few trading sessions, looking for a breakout above 20,500. If we get that, next stop should be up just shy of 21,000 up to the previous pivot high here from back in mid-July. So looking for a bullish continuation and honestly catch-up trade in the Nasdaq relative to the S&P. The S&P is already pushing all-time highs, but we are off the all-time highs by just a little bit here on the Nasdaq. So looking for a catch-up trade here. Going out to the Russell, similar story to the Nasdaq. We are not at all-time highs. We do have potential for a little bit of catch-up trade here. 23,000 does not mark our all-time high, but that is probably target 1. If we put this out to a weekly chart, you can see our all-time high is actually up around 2460. So that would be target 2 if we are able to break out of this $2,300 range. I think we probably are going to, at least that is my bias currently. MACD is improving. RSI got down just a little bit below our 50 line, which I didn't love, but it is recovering and showing some bullish action here today. And then going out to our fourth major index, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, very, very similar to the S&P, broke out, held it on Friday, and now continuation here on Sunday afternoon, pushing into the week. So looks like it should be a good trading week for the major indexes for the bulls. Going out to Bitcoin. Bitcoin, let's zoom in here a little bit. We are still in this kind of choppy mess over the last 6 months, but we did get a really big power candle on Friday. Over the weekend, basically went nowhere, and now it is just right at the upper end of that, looking to break out of the 64,000 level. If we get out of 64,000, coming back up to our diagonal resistance around 66,000 is the short-term target. Beyond that, probably pushing back up to all-time highs. So keep an eye on that $64,000 level for Bitcoin if you trade Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies, since it is a bellwether for other cryptocurrencies as well. If we go out to crude light had a massive, massive run about 2 weeks ago. Volatility has settled out a little bit now, and now we are really just trying to dial in price action here. I would be more interested playing a breakout above 77.50, giving us not only kind of a double bottom pattern right here, but also kind of a head and shoulders pattern on the longer time frame chart. We would have a short trip up to about 80 if we do break out of that 77.50 range before we got into diagonal resistance. Not sure if it has the strength to be able to do that yet. It might need some more consolidation here. So this is going to be more in terms of a chart to watch, not necessarily a chart to trade this week. Going out to gold. Gold has had a bunch of consolidation the last about week and a half or 2 weeks, is trying to turn around here, is holding just above its 9 EMA and 20 SMA. The RSI does not look great though. It is breaking into bearish territory, and the MACD has rolled over, and while still in bullish territory, doesn't look super great. So that is a little bit of cause for pause, and that is mostly due to the US dollar. We will get to that in just a second, but before we do, let's go out and take a look at silver as well. So looking at silver, similar weakness to gold here. I do have a bias to the upside on silver. I think that we are heading towards the 34 to 35 level. Might still need a little bit of development here, but a break back above 32 to me is going to be sign that we are heading back up to 34 or 35 and momentum might be building. But both silver and gold are going to be reliant on the US dollar here. And the US dollar has just gone on a massive tear, just out of the blue, all of a sudden, rocket ship up. It is overextended wildly compared to its history. So I would expect some consolidation here and or a pullback back to the 9, which would give a little bit of reprieve for both gold and silver and potentially help their trades develop to the bullish side. Going out to copper futures, had a really nice run based on China news. They were putting stimulus out in the market, and anytime China does any kind of stimulus, it benefits copper and to a lesser degree some of the other industrial metals like silver. So we had a really good run on that. It's now given up its 9 and its 20, fighting to hold the level here at around $4.40. Not interested to the upside until we break back above 450. If we do get back above 450, I think 470 is the next stop. Going out to natural gas, basically rinse and repeat, exact same thing from copper's analysis. Although this looks a little bit weaker to me, I would not be surprised to see a deeper pullback on natural gas, probably coming back into the 240 range, and then hopefully having some consolidation and development there before anything else happens to really line up a potential trade. Going out to Palladium. Palladium here holding on to its 9 and 20, although the 20 is starting to roll over. MACD doesn't look half bad. It is holding in the bullish territory, but not showing signs of a breakout or continuation yet. Really, I would want this to get back above probably 1066, somewhere in there, before I would consider any upward trajectory. But if we toss this out to a weekly time frame chart and zoom in a little bit here, you'll see why I have a positive bias for Palladium. We have broken above our 50 weekly SMA here and the 9 EMA in combination above that 50 for the first time in a very, very long time. So I like the development here. Wouldn't mind if it took a week or two off and then broke out above the 11,000, or excuse me, 1100 level. Going out to Palladium, Platinum, a little bit more weakness than Palladium. Dropping this back to a daily chart. I would be potentially interested in a break above 1,000, playing back up to maybe 1,025. Not sure if I trust this yet. I think it needs a little bit more development. Finally, let's go out and look at our economic data in heat map. This heat map shows the S&P 500 1-week performance. So this is the performance of all of these stocks over the last trading week. You can see very, very clearly that money is rotating back into semiconductors and back into financials. Those two areas of the market are going to be the areas of the market that I am mostly focused on this week. Software has a little bit of a boost as well as healthcare. So those four, but mostly semiconductors with a financial kicker, are going to be what I am focusing on personally. And then last but not least, going out to our Forex Factory economic calendar to see what's coming at us for this current trading week. Nothing Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday to concern ourselves with. Thursday, we do have core retail sales, and then Friday, nothing as well. So very, very light week on the economic front. So this is probably going to be just a technical development week, which means these breakouts in the S&P and the Nasdaq should get some legs to run because there isn't going to be any known news events, at least currently, that should slow it down. So I am expecting a breakout on both of these this week to the upside. Anyways, take care, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Hit me up in the comments. Give me a like or share if this is helpful to you, and I will catch you next week.